So a little earlier, I worked with all of our clients on how to create an automated live or replay webinar sales funnel using Conversion Pro. Everything that we have that's inside the system, no Zapier connection, no third-party stuff. Literally everything is built in. So I'm going to share this video with you right now. Right after this short video, you can watch the entire 30-minute video of how I build it and share it with all of my clients. If you join the 7-day leads challenge with the button below, only after you watch this entire video, I'll launch this whole thing for you as well. You can push all of this stuff live. You can go through a 7-day challenge where we walk you through step by step every single day for the next 7 days, how to get leads in your pipeline that you can work and set appointments with. If you're not doing live events in your business right now, or even replay events, trust me, you're missing out. There are people that want to know what's going on in the market, and you need to be the conduit to do it. The tech platform you need to pull that off is what I'm going to show you here in a couple seconds. So watch this 30-minute video. Any questions, let us know. Otherwise, if you want to take us up on the 7-day leads challenge totally for free, you can click below. We'll walk you through a step-by-step process to get leads and appointments in the next 7 days before you pay us $1. And if you think it's worth your time, you can continue with unlimited contacts, unlimited users, no contracts, no setup fees for only $195 a month after that. All right, so watch the webinar video. I'll show you how to do everything with our platform at the end. Take us up on the 7-day challenge. We'll see you on the other side. What's up? Hope you're doing amazing. Today coming at you recorded. It is my son's 13th birthday, so we are taking him out to lunch for birthday, which is the same time as our normally scheduled webinar. But today I'm going to talk to you about how to create a live event or a webinar funnel inside Conversion Pro. I'm going to give you the funnel today. You can copy and paste this into your account. You have to build the workflow. I can't push that to your account. If you're watching this somewhere later down the road and you've signed up for Conversion Pro after the 13th, then this is already included. It's already built in. But for those of you guys that are already in, you'll have to build the workflow, but I will build it with you and then give you a screenshot and you can just copy it line by line. So without further ado, sorry about the cough there. Let's continue. I'll get into a screen share and we'll show you exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm in Conversion Pro right here. Inside, you should organize this inside funnels. You should have our agency funnels, which we gave you. Those are all the lead magnet funnels. Then I created another folder by just going to folder right here and then clicking inside here and then building a new funnel. Now I'm going to share this with you. This is going to be this link. You're going to copy this link. We're going to make this Conversion Pro only. You'll copy that link right there. And then you can import this entire funnel into your system. So let's explain how it works. Remember, with every funnel that you have, you need a form. You need the website funnel pages, right? A funnel is nothing more than just a squeeze page and a success page. That's what we call a funnel. And then you need a workflow to deliver the goodness, all right? So we're going to build those three right now. You have to build a form. You have to build the workflow. The funnel, we're going to deploy to you automatically. So let's first talk about what the funnel looks like. So we're going to come into our landing page here. And I think this is pretty self-explanatory once this loads. So you've got your logo up here. Obviously, yours will dynamically work once you import this into your account. You've got the webinar headline. So this is literally the title of the webinar. And then you've got what they're going to learn right here by going into the webinar. So this is 3 things you need to know before you sell your home in March of 2023. And then find out the 4 secrets that most sellers don't know to protect all their equity, something like that. And then you want to write this down in your notes. This needs to be no more than 1.5 minutes. If you can't articulate what this webinar is about in 1.5 minutes, nobody's going to register. So that video would be really simple. Hey, my name is Steve Olson. I'm a real estate agent here in Carlsbad, California. Listen, if you're thinking about selling your home right now, I know you're facing probably a couple mental challenges in your head before you get going. Number one, interest rates are really high, so does it even make sense to sell right now? The multiple offers seem to be going down, but homes are selling at a good time. So what's the best way to position your home in today's market and still have a record price? And number 3, with all the real estate agents that seem to be everywhere right now, how do you know the best one to choose? Well, I'm going to walk you through all these things plus more in this webinar for free today. You can register. I'm going live, insert date here. And at the end, I'll take as many questions as you want. All right. So on this page, first name, email, we'll send you all the registration details and the reminders. And I'll see you live on this date at this time. Thanks a lot. Register to the right of this video. And that's it. So we create a very simple, I'll have a little sticker on my shirt here, a very little simple video that we put right in that space, right? So again, 1.5 minutes. Paragraph is going to describe what it is, the when, the time, the location, the recordings. Location is always going to be link and email. That's what we're always going to put right there. Recordings, we're going to say yes to everybody who registered. And then this date up here is you're just going to click on it and you're just going to change the date and you're going to change the time. And that will automatically update the countdown timer. Now they're going to register with their first name and their email. And then after they do that, I'm going to save our changes here. They're going to go to this page right here. Nothing you need to do on this page other than add the date and time, same thing you did on the first funnel. So you would just change the descriptive paragraph of what they're going to learn and when it is, the time it is, link it as an email, and will be emailed out to all registrations or all registrants after the event. And then obviously your logos will show here by default. One quick setting that we need to set here. We'll do that in a second. Okay, so that's how you normalize the webinar. Now, when you get this template in your account, when you download this template, you don't want to edit this, okay? What you want to do is you want to import this. So you want to create a folder in your funnels called events. You want to import this right into this. And this is called webinar event template. Now, I wouldn't edit this for your next event. I would just go here and I would go to clone. And then I would name this right here, March 2023 home seller webinar, right? And let's say you're going to do this on like 3/25/2023. And now I just made a complete copy of that event. So I'm always going to leave this event, and you notice it's not here. You're like, okay, where did it go? Just go back to funnels and it's right there. So we're going to click here. We're going to go move to folder and we're going to put that in our events folder just to keep everything nice and organized. So there we are right there. We can click in here. Now you've got your March 2023 home webinar. And again, if your domain is mapped, you'll be able to click the link up here and share it. We're not going to create a split test on this one. Just use this single page. It will register just fine. It will convert just fine. Remember, a compelling, I talk about this all the time. If you guys know back during the Stephen Sharon days, you know we talk about a compelling offer will always beat a convincing argument. And what we mean by that is if you're clear in what you're telling people they're going to get, you won't have to worry about how great or how bad the page is, because when the offer is so good, they will give you their first name and email. Now, if you just say, you know, Carlsbad market update, you'll get registrations, but it's going to be super expensive and you're going to get very low engagement rate because most people don't understand what a Carlsbad market update is. So you want to make sure that we get this headline down fairly good. That's really important. So we need that. Now what we need to do is we need, let's say that we're going to do this March 2023 event. So we'll go in here and I'll just show you how to still sell your home for a record price in 2023. Find out the 3 things most homeowners miss before selling their home. So we're going to pretend like you filled this out. We're going to do this on March 23rd, 2023. And the time is going to be 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Location, link in email. And recordings, yes, sent to all participants after session. So here's the good thing. When you do this right, this is live right now. You could just automatically turn this into a replay page, right? And you can put the video on the success page, right? We could do that as well. So I'm going to save this. Now you notice, and then we want to make sure that we title it right here, whatever the name is, webinar. So I would just copy this right here. I'd go back to settings, SEO metadata, paste that right there. That way when you share it, it shows up right. If you have an image, you can put that in there. That's fine. So you want to put that video here. You can just upload this video directly to Conversion Pro. So you just go to hosted video and you select it right here and upload it right there. That's totally fine. You can put it on YouTube or Vimeo if you want, but it works totally fine uploading to this. There's no limits on that. But we have this form now, and if we click the form, you notice that it just says event form template. Well, we don't want to use the event form template. We want to build a form for this specific webinar because we want to be able to track this. So step 2 is, let's go ahead and save this really quick. Step 2, let's go over to sites, then forms, and then we're going to go to builder. And then you notice we have folders. We've got events, and we've got this event form template. So same thing. We're going to go here, and we're going to go to duplicate, and we're going to call this March 23rd home seller event, whatever. I would name this the same as the funnel, just so you don't get confused. And we don't need to do anything other than this. We can go in there and we can edit this if you want. But this is it. We don't have to do anything. Just leave it alone. All right? And then what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to funnels. Hit OK. We're going to go into events. We're going to go into this new March one that we created. We're going to edit this page. And all we're going to do is click on this form right here. And we're going to flip it out with the right one. So this should say March. There it is right there. And the second thing that we need to do is see where it says redirect action. This always needs to say go to next step. Don't put website URL or use action from builder. It always needs to say go to next step. And when you say go to next step, I'm going to go ahead and save that and save the metadata again. What it's saying is when that form is submitted, whatever this step is right here below the primary step, automatically send them to this. That's what that's saying. You always want to do that because that's the purpose of a funnel. So now we've got the funnel built and we've got the form integrated. So we've got a unique funnel for the webinar registration. You're going to record a video, nothing more than a couple minutes, right? And then we got the form, we got to put it in there. Now we have to create a workflow so that when they register for the event, we can do it. Now, this is the one thing that I can't transfer to you. So you're gonna have to build this. But the good news is after I'm done building this with you live, the template for it, I'm gonna give you a screenshot so you know every single step. And then, and I'm not gonna put the webinar email details in there. You can write those yourself based on what you wanna do. But I'll give you a copy of that screenshot and you can just, manipulate every step of the way. So what we're gonna do here, and I'm gonna try to change my screen over here while I'm doing this. There we go. What we're going to do right now is we're going to go to automation. We're going to go to workflows, and now I'm going to create another folder. And this is going to I'm going to call this events. And we're going to click in there, and we're going to create a workflow. And I'm going to start from scratch, create a new workflow, and we're going to call this event template. And again, we're going to do, oh, sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. I'll take you back here. Go ahead and save this really quick. I went to automation. Then I created a new folder. I named it events. And inside events, we created a workflow and we called that event template. That's what we did there. So we want to start this with a form. So we're going to type in form here. We're going to go to form submitted. And we're going to leave this blank because I don't want this triggering for all that, but you would normally do forms submitted, add filters, form is, and then you would go find your March, there's our home seller event, and you'd hit save trigger. And then that, you would want to rename this just so you know. March event. And then you'd hit save trigger. So that says that this thing is going to start with a form submitted March event, but we're going to delete that right here because I want to create this as a template. Save trigger. Okay. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do an if else. And we're going to check if life cycle is blank. And if it is blank, there it is right there. We're going to say is empty. So if it is blank, go this way. If it's not blank, go this way. The reason why we're doing this is we don't want to reset the life cycle for everybody that registers. So if somebody's already an active client with you and you're showing homes to them and they register for this event, which they should, we don't want to reset them to a lead. Okay? I want us to be really clear about that. All right? So what we're going to do is we are going to update the life cycle if it's blank. So we're going to go to a property field here. And we're going to say update life cycle. And it's going to say which field do you want to do. So we're going to type in life cycle right here. And we're going to update this to prospect. So say update life cycle to prospect. We're going to spell that right. Let's hit save. Okay, so that's good. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a deal or an opportunity because we want to put that in our pipeline. So we're going to say pipeline lead flow. We're going to put this in new lead. And we're going to call this name of event. then dash, and we're going to merge in their full name. You're only going to get their first name, but we'll put their full name in there just in case. This source is going to be the UTM campaign. So we're going to put UTM campaign right there. $0 in lead status. This is going to be an open deal. And we're going to hit save action. So far we said, hey, is this blank? Update their life cycle and then add a deal. All right. Then what you want to do is I'm not going to put this in because when we push this to you guys, this is blank for some reason. So we want to update. Like I can't do that because I don't have any users in this account. It's a demo account. But normally you would put assign a user right there so you can assign it to the agent who wants to work that lead. We're going to leave that blank for right now. And now what we're going to do is we're going to send our first email. And then from name, we're just going to put in, just type in, your name. So Steve Olson, right? From email. You guys should put your tracked email in there, not your normal domain, but your we use steveolsonmail.com. So this would be like steve@steveolsonmail.com. Subject is webinar name. You're confirmed. Or I would do first name actually. So click this, contact, first name. You're confirmed for the event. Title. So change event to whatever. And then I think from here, it's just literally first name. We have you all registered. When, time, link to join. This would be like, your Zoom link, whatever you use. We use YouTube Live or Vimeo Live. That's totally fine. And then we're going to say, we will also send you email reminders the morning of and 15 minutes before. And I'm just going to put signature here, right? You put your signature there. So that's it. Text only email. Don't make it crazy, right? You need topic. Save action. Okay, so we're going to call this action name is confirmation email. And you'll notice these are text only emails. We don't want to overcomplicate this, all right? So then what we're going to do after this is we want to add a note. So let's go over here and find a note because we want to track that they did this. So registered for event name. Actually, you know what I can do is I can just copy this from my little cheat sheet. Yep, that's good. Oh my God. We'll just put what we wrote here in another email there. There you go. Okay. So now we've got a confirmation email. We've got a note that adds there. And so now we have this set time feature inside this. So what this is saying is go ahead and set a specific time and date for this event. So we said we're going to do this on the 23rd, and we're going to do this at, let's say, 4 p.m. So what this is saying is once I set this, everything after this is based on this event. Okay, and I'll show you what that means here in a second. So we're going to add a wait, or I think it's called a delay. No, it's called a wait. We're going to add a wait right here. And we're going to say we want to wait. So if we're going to do this March 23rd, we're going to wait 4 hours, or if we're going to do 9 a.m., so it's 4 p.m., so 4, 3, 2, 1, 12, 11, 10, 9. We're going to wait 7 hours before. So we're going to say 7 hours. See where it says event appointment time? We set that right here. So we're going to say before 7 hours. So skip outbound communications. So what this is saying is, hey, set this time for March 23rd at 4 p.m. And then this is saying wait until 9 a.m. the day of, which is 7 hours before this date. We're going to save action. So then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're just going to duplicate this email. And we're going to place it right here. And we're going to say 9 hours or 9 a.m. email reminder from Steve Olson. Steve Olson Mail, you're obviously going to change that. Hey, Steve, we go live. We go live today at 4 p.m. Time. Thank you, Fred Schwab. Hey, just a reminder, we are going live today at time. So you're going to put that in there, right? Put all the details in here. We'll also get your reminder. We will also get you one more reminder. Email 15 minutes before we go live. Any issues? Awesome. Talk soon. Okay, and now what we want to do is we want to add another one of these timers. So we're going to copy this, copy action. Let's put it down here. And this one's going to be we're going to say 15-minute reminder. And then this one's say until, we're going to delete 7 hours, and we're going to put 15 minutes right here. And then we're going to save it. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to copy this, copy action, put it below this. And this is going to be called the 15-minute email reminder. We are going live in 15 minutes. To live in about 15 minutes. Delete this. And obviously you're going to put the when, the what time, the where, the link to view. We're going to save that action. And that's it. So that is your whole, normally right here, we would do the assign to record, right? So you would have an assign to user right there. And then again, we don't have any users in there. So you would normally put it, so we want to bypass. So we're going to say go to what this does is says, hey, is the life cycle blank? If it is blank, make it prospect and create a deal. If it's not blank, or if it is blank, if it's filled, that's what this should say. If it's, this says if it's blank, this if it's filled, if there's already in there, then don't update this field and don't create a new lead opportunity. Just send them the confirmation email, and then you're going to get the registration there right there. So it bypasses the deal and it bypasses the prospect. Now, you may want to create a deal for everybody, and that would be fine. If you do want to create the deal for everybody, we're going to remove that path and we're going to click it right here. So it doesn't update this, but it's going to create the deal in that lead flow, and then you can manage it manually. That's probably the way that we would do it. And so right here, we have a form that's submitted. We said, hey, is the life cycle blank? Then update it. If it's not blank, then skip that and create a deal. Send them a confirmation email right away. Add a note to the system that they registered for this webinar. Set the start time of the event, and then wait till 9 a.m. the day of. Send a 9 a.m. email reminder. Then wait till 15 minutes before the event starts and send the 15-minute email reminder. That's it. That's the entire thing. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save right here. And then we're going to do the same thing. You're not going to edit this template. You're going to create this template like I did. And then when it comes time to create a new event, all you're going to do is click the clone button right here. And you're going to put the name of the event and you're going to link it with that form. That's it. I mean, I know that's not like we built that from scratch. So I will take a humongous screenshot of this so you can rip off this funnel or this workflow exactly. I'm telling you right now, in 2023, we always think that people can Google everything that they need. And sometimes they can, right? But most of the time people are starving for the nuanced advice that they need to make the informed decisions they want to make based on their family's goals, right? So that's the purpose of live events. I've coached, I can't even tell you how many agents over the years where their entire business model is live events. And when I say live events, I mean webinars, right? I don't mean like in person. There's a huge agent here in San Diego that does in-person events all the time for selling and buying homes. I don't know how many people show up, but he keeps doing them. So I assume it's profitable, right? So this is something that a lot of people can register for, regardless of who they're working with. And you're going to get other people that are going to register for this that will already have another agent that will switch to you because you're giving them access to everything that they need to know when they feel a little awkward. Like clients feel super awkward asking simple questions. Somebody used an acronym. One of our closers, one of our transaction coordinators, they used an acronym with me in the email the other day. And I didn't know what the acronym was. And I just responded, hey, what does this mean? And she wrote back, this is what it means, ha, ha, ha. And it's fine. We have a great relationship, right? But when you look at that, you're like, what's the point of the ha, ha, ha? Because everybody takes that personally, right? They believe that like, oh, that was a stupid question. And now they don't ask the next question. They become guarded. The purpose of these webinars is it gives everybody safety around asking those questions and not feeling stupid. Last thing I'm sure you're probably asking right now, what would you use as a webinar system? If you don't have anything right now, I wouldn't pay for anything. I would do an unlisted YouTube live. And the reason why I would do an unlisted YouTube live is that it records it after it. Now, there is a caveat. You can't download that video at the end, just so you know. So if you do go and do YouTube live, that video that's on YouTube live, that's it. You can't do anything with it. You can post it to your YouTube channel. You can embed it everywhere. You can leave it unlisted. That video will live there forever. You're not going to lose it. But for some reason, you can't download that raw video to your computer. We do a combination of YouTube Live, or we'll do Vimeo Live. If you go live with Vimeo, you can do whatever you want. You can download the video, you can edit it. You could do Zoom, but I would do Zoom Webinar, not Zoom Meetings. And the difference between webinar and meetings is webinar, it's only interaction like me. I'm the only one that you can see right now. If you do a Zoom meeting and everybody shows up in Brady Bunch format, your interaction on that webinar is going to be very low because people are terrified of who else locally. Like if I ran an event here in Carlsbad and 25 people registered and all of them, 3 of them knew each other, like now that causes friction. They want to be able to do this in the privacy in their own home to fact find and get all these questions answered. So you should facilitate an event that creates safety, because the instant that you make this transparent, it's not going to work a long time. So Vimeo Live, YouTube Live, or Zoom Webinar. Go to Webinar would work, just not go to meeting, go to Webinar. Again, we don't want everybody else to see who else is on, just because it doesn't make sense to do it. Second question you probably have is, how often would I do it? And I will tell you, as often as you can. Like if you could do them, if you had an ad budget big enough and you wanted to do them daily, I would do it daily. Could you duplicate this event and at the end of the event, just give them the recording? Yes, you can. And here's how I would do that. So I'm going to get out of the workflow really quick. And I'm going to go into sites. I'm going to go into event funnels. I'm going to go into the one that we created. And let's say that I already did this one live, right? This already passed. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside the event and I'm just going to delete this form. And I'm going to say register. We go live. Access the webinar replay for... I'm going to say unlock. This is going to be the same. This is going to be the same. The video is going to be the same. This is going to be the same when. So I would say original broadcast date, and then I would delete the when. Original broadcast date, March 23rd, 4 p.m. Location. Video on next page, and I would delete recordings. So again, I'm not going to change the page. I'm going to save this, update metadata, right? We're going to put that in there. We're going to exit here. We're going to take that video that we used in YouTube or whatever you guys used. We're going to edit this page. I'm going to change this to the title. I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to go add a video element. Whoops. Right here. I'm going to delete we go live in because we're not going live anymore. So I'm going to click the plus button right here. I'm going to add a video. Registered for the replay. And then we're going to delete this part. So we're just going to put this right there. And then we're going to hit save. And same thing. If you have the YouTube video or the Vimeo video, you can just click on this and select YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, custom embedded HTML file, or you can just upload it right here. All of that would be totally fine. And there's some other cool automations that you can run to see if they watch this video, send them an email. I'm not going to get into that on this video. But that's how you would do the replay. That's a good question. I'm sure a lot of you guys would have that. So that's what I would do after, because you don't want to go through the pain of creating this live event and then you do it and you get 15 people registered and then you're like, shit, now I got to do this all over again. Well, use it as a replay, right? If you guys are doing like the market velocity insights for your city, like this is the exact funnel I would run. I would run a home buyer webinar. I'd run an FHA, a VA, an investor. I would do as many of these as you can, and I would do them over and over and over as you can. And I promise you, if your ads are good enough and you get good at copy and you tell people what they're going to get by watching this, I'm 100%. This is like 90% of our inbound funnel for Conversion Pro is webinars and videos, just like what you guys are watching today. I can tell you with 100% certainty, they work. You just have to advertise them, and you got to learn how to write headlines that convert for people that are interested. So that's how we do the webinar funnel. I will give the share link to the funnel below in the comments or below this video. If you're not a Conversion Pro member and you click that, it's not going to work. So you got to be a Conversion Pro member. We're still doing the 7-day leads challenge. So if you guys want to join that, let me know. But that's how you access it. Any questions, let me know. Have an amazing Tuesday. Thanks for watching the recording, and we'll talk soon.